Imagine working every day from sunrise to sunset. You plant crops, run a small shop, take care of your family, and try to educate your children. You give it everything you've got, yet somehow life barely improves. Sounds unfair, right? Before we dive deeper into why this happens, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss these surprising truths about how the world really works. Now, most of us assume poverty is caused by laziness, but research shows the opposite. People in low-income countries often work longer hours than those in rich nations, sometimes in extreme conditions. Farmers rise before dawn and toil under the scorching sun, laborers work in factories with minimal breaks, and shopkeepers hustle late into the night just to survive. So if hard work isn't the problem, what is? The answer is much bigger than individual effort. It's systems, history, geography, and global economics. One of the biggest reasons poor countries stay poor is structure. Think of it as a game where the rules are stacked against you. Weak institutions, corruption, political instability, and inefficient bureaucracy often prevent resources from reaching schools, hospitals, and roads. A school might exist on paper, but in reality, teachers are absent, books are missing, and children are left behind. Limited access to capital also keeps people trapped. Even if someone has a brilliant business idea, banks and investors often hesitate to lend money. Without capital, businesses can't grow. Then there's infrastructure, roads, electricity, internet. These basics that make modern life and business possible are often unreliable or non-existent. Imagine trying to run a small store if electricity goes out every day or trucks can't reach your town. Geography plays a role too. Some countries are landlocked, lack fertile soil, or face harsh climates that make farming and trade difficult. Others are rich in resources but suffer from the resource curse, where dependence on oil, minerals, or gas leads to corruption, inequality, and economic volatility instead of prosperity. And it doesn't stop at internal issues. The global economic system often reinforces poverty. Poor countries typically export raw materials cheaply and import expensive finished goods, meaning wealth flows out instead of staying in the country. Many developing nations are also trapped paying off debts from decades ago, leaving little money for schools, hospitals, or infrastructure. And sometimes foreign policies from richer nations or international organizations unintentionally favor wealthy countries, making growth even harder for poorer ones. Education and health are critical for breaking poverty cycles. But in many poor countries, schools are overcrowded, underfunded, or too far away for children to attend regularly. Malnutrition and poor healthcare reduce life expectancy and productivity. This creates a vicious cycle. Children grow up without proper education or healthcare, limiting their earning potential, and the next generation ends up in the same situation. Even the hardest work cannot overcome these fundamental challenges without systemic improvements. Strong governance, on the other hand, makes a huge difference. Countries that invest in education, healthcare, and infrastructure while maintaining transparency and reducing corruption have been able to escape poverty. Look at South Korea and Singapore. Both were poor decades ago, but heavy investments in human capital and strong governments allowed them to become wealthy and prosperous. So what's the takeaway? The harsh truth is that hard work alone isn't enough. Poverty isn't a moral failing, it's a systemic problem shaped by history, institutions, geography, and the global economy. But there is hope. With smart policies, global cooperation, and investments in human capital, countries can break free from the poverty trap. Change is slow, but it's possible. If you found this video eye-opening and want to keep discovering the hidden stories behind wealth, poverty, and global economics, hit subscribe and join us, because every week we uncover the truths that textbooks don't teach. Knowledge is power, and now you have the power to see the world clearly.